Hi everybody, it's been 2 months, a little over 2 months since I last posted anything. And I needed to come on here and update you because I've got new subscribers thanks to the interview I did with Savvy yesterday on her and RK Gold's channel, Your Morning Guru. It's a morning show that the streams here on YouTube Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central Time. And this week she wanted me to come on there and tell my Mormon story. Growing up as a Latter-day Saint, Mormon, and then after 30, 40 something years, leaving. Actually, we left after 30 years the first time, and then we went back, and then we left again. Anyway, so I told that story and made some correlations between that and multi-level marketing and why I kept getting caught up in multi-level marketing businesses 27 times. And I will put the link to that video in the description box below so that you can go watch it. It is about an hour and 40 minutes because it's very detailed. And there's talk of my experiences with sexual assault and rape as well. So just to caution you, I don't go into detail, but I do make references to it because it's a part of my story. And because I did that with her, it got me back on track here with doing videos again. And I'm going to try to do these, try to debate if I want to get back on sitting on a chair that's on wheels and it's not working very well. I might just stand up. My speaking mentor, Darren LaCroix, who owns Stage Time University, where my husband and I both are clients of Darren's and all of his speaking partners. He started us back in January on a 77-day video challenge. And it was to go on, preferably Facebook every day and post a 2-minute video for 77 days. And the reason it was 77 days was that was part of his journey from one Toastmasters contest to winning the World Championship of Public Speaking back in 2001. And I did the 77 days, and then I took a break. But I want to start again, and I'll just keep going, and I'll probably title the videos Day 78, and I'll do a 2-minute video talking about something really quick. I also am working on my next video on the next multi-level marketing business that I was in according to my journal. So if you're following these multi-level marketing journal entries, it's the 5th one, I think, is the next one. And I actually had that video made, but I didn't like it because I combined it with another multi-level marketing business and I needed to separate them. Okay, so why I haven't been here for a couple months. Back in April, I came to the division level at Toastmasters. And if you don't know what Toastmasters is, it is a public speaking and leadership nonprofit organization. It helps people become emerging speakers or to get over their fear of public speaking in their various jobs. They also push really hard for people to become leaders and to serve as officers in their clubs. Okay? It's very high pressure. It's a very demanding and strict organization. I know that sounds negative. My husband and I have been associated with them we've been married 29 years, so it's been the majority of that time we've been in Toastmasters. I decided finally last year to compete because they have contests every year. And it's an opportunity for personal growth. Most of the videos I have on this channel right now are my speeches. I competed at the club level, and I did the International Speech Contest, which is it's telling a true story about your life. That's inspiring and motivating. And then this year, we had another category that only goes to the district level, which is the evaluation contest. And that's giving somebody feedback on their international speech. It's just 2 minutes. The international speech contest goes all the way up to Toastmasters. This week is the World Conference where the World Championship of Public Speaking takes place, and there's only one every year. It's really tough, strict competition. But there's a lot of corruption that goes on with the judging. I'm just going to say that because that's what I've learned over the past 2 years of competing and meeting people on the inside who have experienced similar corruption. Okay, and when I found out about this, I made it with the international speech I give. I made it all the way to the division. So I went at the club, I went to the area, I won, and I went to the division level, and I didn't even place. And it was because the person that won was a favorite person of the judges. This was an issue. I mean, his speech was okay. It wasn't great. But anyway, then with the evaluation, I went a step above division. I got second at the division. So when the district conference took place with the contest, the person who won first place had got called into work all of a sudden. And because I was the runner-up, that made me the alternate. So I went like on an hour and a half's notice to compete at the district level in the evaluation contest, and I did not place again because they failed to tell us that they would give us extra points if we memorized our speech. That's nowhere in the rule book. Anyway, there were some things so a lot of problems I have with that whole process. Trophies that hadn't been delivered to us. I wasn't doing it for the trophies. I was doing it for getting my story out to people, to share with people, to see who I could connect with as an audience. And I just found, God, a lack of disrespect for the people, for the contestants. We work really hard to make our content and to memorize it and give it in a way that's inspiring. And the judges, they just want to be entertained. And then for certificates not even to be given out, and I had asked specifically for a recording of my division speech so I could give it to my coaches. And the guy who was the division director, who's supposed to have a really high responsibility, said, okay, I'll record and I'll give it to you, and never heard back. So many people tried to respond to him, he ignores everybody. And I thought, I tried to record it on my phone, and my phone malfunctioned that night. It's the only time that's ever happened, and that's why I don't have a recording of that speech, so I can see it, to see see what I did that caused me to not even place, and to give it to my coaches because I needed to get their they're all professional speakers. The judges aren't professional speakers. And that's another thing that bothers me. I think they should bring in judges who are not in the district, who don't know who the contestants are. Because even though they're supposed to be unbiased, they are. There's favorites. It's a popularity contest. And finding that out, it was just a big slap in the face. I'd been working on that speech for about a year. And, I lost, this was back in April, I lost my confidence to speak. And then they wanted me to do the filling in at the last minute with the evaluation contest a month later. I had just had my second COVID injection, and I was in a lot of pain. And I had some weird things happen about 10 days after I got my first injection. I started throwing up like 3 times a week and having nausea daily and dizziness. And I don't know if it was due to the shot, because at the same time I had gotten a CPAP device from the VA. They diagnosed me with sleep apnea, and I was trying to get used to that thing. They're all concerned about me not being able to lose weight. And yes, I have sleep apnea, and yes, I'm obese. The sleep apnea was helping because I was starting to lose a couple of pounds. Well, then they recalled after a month, they recalled the CPAP machine because they said the sound abatement filter was causing people to throw up and have dizziness and nausea. Isn't that interesting? So I have to think that that's what was causing my the nausea and dizziness. So after I lost the district conference, the end of May, I completely lost my confidence in speaking. Almost shut down. I had to go see a psychiatrist, considered going into a psych hospital because I don't want to say I do have suicidal history in my past. So I have to be really careful when my mind starts going into these cycles. I have to watch them. And I was starting to go into that direction, so I went to see a psychiatrist and I got put back on psychotropic medication or depression meds, which also made my blood pressure go through the roof and added to the nausea and dizziness and throwing up. Okay, so I had to get off that medication. Okay, so all this has been going on we're in August, right? And the last time I was on here was the one story I posted was for the storytellers. It's the snoring story. And that was back in June. First part of June I did that and uploaded it. So it's been, I think it's been almost 10 weeks. Because I needed to chill out. I deactivated my account on Facebook because I didn't want to hear about the World Championship and all because I had a lot of friends, at least 4, that were competing this week for the semifinals and the finals. And I wanted to be there to support them and watch their speeches. I just didn't want to hear about it on Facebook. And then my other friends who made it all the way to the district level like I did, their districts gave them their trophies and their certificates. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to step away from all of this. Earlier this year, before I started posting on this channel, I think I talked about this in another video. In February, I left the last multi-level marketing business I was in, doTERRA, and joined the anti-MLM community, speaking out about how insidious and predatory multi-level marketing is. And that's why I'm sharing my stories with each MLM I have been with over a 40-year period, because as I journaled everything, and I made this correlation that there were some unhealthy behaviors. I needed to identify why. And I found out it goes back to, for me, growing up Mormon. So Savy Lyser, she interviewed me back at the end of March, and I think I'll put that in the description box too. That one was talking about being in all those MLMs. And it's about an hour and 20 minutes. It's a loaded interview. But I had a lot of people come on that were in the chat. People subscribe to my channel. That's most of you probably that are watching me. And ask me, hey, I want to hear your story from your journals about your journey with MLMs. And I thought, oh, okay, if it's something that's interesting to other people and will inspire them to make improvements in their own lives, and then I'll share. I will share. I'm not going to bash on these companies, because some of the experiences I had were actually positive ones. And some of the companies I got into was just for getting a discount on the products. But there were some that were insidious as well. And I'll go through that as we go along. Excuse me. So, yeah, yesterday I met with Savy. It was a great interview, and some of you are here subscribing because of that. And because of that, too, I feel a obligation to start doing videos again for you on a consistent basis. And this time I will do it on a consistent basis. But I wanted to come in here first and do this video that's almost 15 minutes to tell you what happened with my health. Yeah, so it was the nausea every day and vomiting almost 3 times a week and constant dizziness. And I can pinpoint it to about 3 different things. And I had to stop all 3 of them. But at the same time, too, I was exhausted. The contests, they're really exhausting. For me, they were exhausting, because I have a home to take care of, an adult autistic son that I am responsible for, and helping my husband with his business that he's trying to work on the side of working a corporate job. So with all that, it was just too much. But now I'm trying to find a balance, and I'm going to be on here. So I'm going to say bye, and then I'm going to go work on the next video. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit the bell if you want notifications. And go check out those interviews with Savy, and subscribe to her channel too, because she's been a big inspiration for me in this whole journey. Bye.